Schwartz for the IBO Continental Light Heavyweight Championship of the World.
Hey fellas, tonight we shine the spotlight on one of boxing's hottest young talents, Daniel Lapin. As he gears up to face Aro Schwartz, this rising star has never ceded a single round in his pro career. Even more, he's the very first athlete to sign with Usyk 17 Promotions. And with all that power set loose in the light heavyweight division, you know this one's going to be nothing short of explosive. So strap in and get ready for war.
The red corner, wearing black and white, Aro Schwartz. And now his opponent across the ring, out of the blue corner, Daniel Lapin.
Daniel Lapin, first signing of the Usyk 17 Promotions Company. Step up to 10 rounds in his 8th pro fight. He hasn't lost a round as a pro yet, Lapin. As he's been guided through. He's going to the longer distance, you're never quite sure, I suppose.
So Schwartz can get inside that jab and work the body and work up the target. Then
as tall as him, and you've got that massive height and reach advantage, and he's doing it very well here. Grew up in Crimea, Daniel Lapin, 290 amateur bouts, wonderfully well schooled. The way to get inside and the way to do any kind of damage here.
You always got to get to drag that back foot, make Schwartz miss every time. It's easy to block at one shot, it's easy to block and counter one shot. When you double it up.
Fighters boxing just on the edge of range, don't we? And just moving in and out, so easy if you dominate everything behind that long southpaw jab. But just 3 years ago, very, very different routes into the sport. But
pushing off that back foot, and with the long reach he has, all the powers at the end of the shot.
He took 3 years off the sport between 2018 and 2021. He's
with a left hand to the body there from that soft. It's a lovely fast jab, really is. And also when things don't work for you, you have to adjust and adapt. And having a good amateur.
Because already the noise is echoing around this place.
You just turned that right front foot inch to just turned it in a little bit. You could have uppercut with the lead hand, but technique is everything. You know, some people got natural power, but if you don't, you can still generate the power, but just you could be a little bit better without making too much of a...
The greatest of all, of course, was a fine poet. That's what will become interesting, I think, as the fight develops, Barry, is will he put his foot on the gas when he doubles it up as well, and then smartly goes down to the body.
Good work there for Schwartz. He's got to be slipping the punches, going forward. No, this is nothing to just start sitting down on his shots now. After he's thrown the shot. That's good work. Whatever works you, I guess.
Absolutely. Stopped the only time he's been stopped. He's a durable character.
But still maintaining that space in between him and his opponent. Leap of faith, if you like, for Schwartz, and that's going to be difficult for him to do.
Colosseum of a stadium, just what the atmosphere is going to be like as it fills and fills.
And then fighters like it, lovely work.
Nicely timed left hand there, and Schwartz certainly felt that. Hand behind it there from Lapin. And that's sensible as well, digs to the body.
Needed a change variety there. Easy for yourself, it's fine, it's going to win you a fight, but it's not going to win you fans.
Might be the moment where Lapin could really look to force the stoppage here.
Still nice and long. There's a bit more weight on it. He's nice and fast and mobile, isn't he?
Punching the gloves there, really, Lapin.
He certainly has his ability in his arsenal to do that. So it's not criticism of it.
And another right hook to the body was very well placed. He doesn't...
Just touching there, isn't he? Lapin's just trying to draw something out there to Schwartz.
Made himself an easy target, went back in a straight line there, Schwartz. Good flurrying finish.
A little bit short, and he still makes Schwartz miss, but then he can punch through the target there with the shot. Every time he makes a move, you've got to put that in his face constantly. An attempt to come forward, but a good movement and a good combination here from Lapin.
He's been a little bit tentative in terms of trying to use his power, use those long leaps.
Body shot.
Good work to the body so far from Lapin. It would be obvious just to say
It's an entertainment business and being technically very good, which he is.
gives you an idea of where Lapin stands in the scheme of things at 6'6". Daniel Lapin has been over the 10-round distance.
Because if you're not careful, you become a really awkward fighter to fight. And if you're not younger,
The only fighter so far till tonight that he fought with a winning record.
again, just a little bit more turn on the hips with those shots.
Trying to find a way inside against Lapin is difficult.
Good shot. You can get speed in that punch, then he'll hurt opponents and he'll eventually stop them. Oh, sharper, you stab with the front foot, so it's a quicker movement. And
Anthony Joshua against Alexander Usyk 2. Who has won 5 of his last 6 coming into this, but he's up against...
and then moves around the target in a semicircle motion, which means he's never really very rarely.
I mentioned the puzzles that Aro Schwartz is trying to solve here. Of course, he knew what they were going to be.
Really dig a shot in.
Couldn't agree more with you that
Because
to really dazzle in a career is so important.
just the weight of the shots that he needs. That's the difference. Just a different weight of the punch. Oh, it's a lovely shot there from Lapin. Lovely uppercut.
As well, Barry, Daniel Lapin, that in his spare time he started to write poetry to relax. Has boxed here before against Pavel August. That was last August. He was... Schwartz kind of come forward with a flurry of punches of his own there.
If you know it again, when you've got the guy in the ropes and he's covered it up, you've got a free defence. But the problem he has with Lapin is he's so long he can lean back, but he does take a step back as well. So then, you know, everything's smooth, rhythmatic with your shots, and you're not wasting. You know, he has a good amateur grounding, thoughtful in his work, adjusts the feet really well.
Crimea Federal University. He's a thinking man, but great names of this division was considered tall at 6'3".
Super good footwork there, because he got such a... He's back to the ropes.
Tall southpaw who had...
He puts more weight in those shots, but you have to have your hands high when you come forward, always.
Just take it.
Yeah, it's a crazy reach. It's such a massive advantage, but also you're a big target to hit. Force him to fight at a high pace. I understand that for him.
As I said, on his way to the ring, Aro Schwartz can bang all right.
Some good left hands there from Lapin.
Schwartz's knees buckled there. Lapin was eager to get on with it. And the referee had seen enough, and Lapin does get another stoppage win.
Yeah, it's a straight left hand and one round the guard, that uppercut through the middle, and then uses the feet really well to come out of distance. A very, very clever fighter.
Daniel Lapin!
Слава Україні! Героям слава! Слава ЗСУ!